you have come to the place where you can learn to harness the power of intention, to create subconscious beliefs that serve you, and to gain insights that allow you to create a life, personally and professionally, that you desire. This is the place where you leverage your subconscious mind and design your destiny. Join me now, your host, Penny Chason. Hey, Penny here, and today we are going to talk about finding alignment in your business and in your life, or at least one component of finding that alignment. Recently, I hosted a workshop, and I asked the ladies in the workshop what in their words, or how in their words, would they describe alignment, because I know how I would describe it, but I was just curious as to their thoughts, because I tend to be a very clinical person, which is a habit I'm working to break. Sometimes we don't realize how intricately pervasive previous ways that we chose to live our lives permeate into everything that we do. So I wanted to be sure that I was connecting with them where they are and not from my own personal perspective, which I think if you're someone who's in business, you understand exactly what it is that I'm talking about. So some of the words that came up when talking about alignment were following breadcrumbs, continuing to be curious, to follow the trail of happiness. And I find all of those to be true, because that's really what it's about, to be in alignment. Because I think about what our purpose is here on this earth. And we all come with a different purpose, a unique purpose. And really careful how to say this, even though some of us have more challenges in life than others, the way that we go through those challenges and the way that we overcome those challenges, even though we may have a lot more than the other person next to us, says a lot about who we are and where we are on our path. So I truly believe that our purpose is to come here and to do our best, to be happy, to be joyful, and through that happiness and joy, we can have impact. And when we're in that place of happiness and joy, that is when we are connected. That's when we are absent of fear. We are absent of doubt. We are absent of self-judgment. So that when things come to us, we are more open to receiving them and we can move forward on them. If you've ever been in a state of flow, I want you to take a moment and compare what it feels like to be in a state of flow versus not being in flow. When you're in flow, things come to you, they seem right, they're free of doubt, they're free of fear. You just know it's right, and you take it, and you go with it. Have you ever had one of those moments and you didn't act on it immediately, and then later you think about what came to you, and you start thinking, I don't know if I should do that. That's your ego, and that's fear. In that state of flow, you knew it was right. You were happy, you were joyful, it was coming through you, it was natural. Then when you're out of alignment, that vibration of fear is there, that vibration of doubt is there, that vibration of judgment is there. And it hampers your ability to move forward. So this brings me to a very important law. It's a cosmic law. It comes into play in manifestation and creation of what we want, and that is the law of polarity. You see, when we experience a really high emotion, We can swing to the opposite of that, which is a very low emotion. When we get ourselves down and we're low, and we're chastising ourselves, we're doubting ourselves, we get into this place where, am I good enough? And we begin overcommitting. Yes, I said it, overcommitting. Most of the time when people say, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know what to do, it's because we've overcommitted. Because somewhere along the line, we've created this belief that we are successful by doing more. If you're like most people that I have worked with, either in group or one-to-one, then most likely you are someone that seeks out journaling opportunities, yoga, meditation, to create a sense of calm and peace in your life. What if I told you that there is a practice that not only allows you to introduce peace and the sense of calm in your life, but it does so by releasing negative beliefs, recognizing the truths about you, that you are lovable, that there's never been anything wrong with you, all while allowing you to create a deeper connection spiritually, then I'm sure you're going to want to get in on this. So I want you to head over to the website, pennychason.com/release, and get on the wait list now, because the doors are opening soon on Release, Renew, Realign. Is there something going on in your life that's outside of your influence? Or maybe you're just burned out, you need a day off. But we can get in these low states, and to the degree of the severity of the low state and how long we stay there, whenever we do come out of it, we're going to swing back the other way. The goal is to develop a practice where these swings are very low, so that when we can sense, feel, or know that our emotions are starting to move to the negative, we can take action quickly, and jog them back into the happiness and the joy. We want to, as much as possible, which is, the goal is 100%, but we are human, and we have to have grace and compassion with ourselves for being human. You want to stay in happiness and joy. Now, we are going to have things that happen in our life that make us feel sad, down, angry, frustrated, maybe even a little depressed. Not like clinical depression, but like down in the dumps, depressed, like we just kind of want to withdraw a little bit. Maybe there's something we need in that moment, but one thing for sure, it's those emotions are a compass, and that compass is directing us to what we need to do to stay on that path of happiness and joy. We should always listen to our emotions. They are a signal to us that there is something that we need to feel fulfilled, happy, and joyful that is missing in that moment. If we ignore that feeling and push it down, if we numb it out with food, drink, exercising too much, working too much, staying buried in the computer so we can't feel our feelings, then when those emotions do come through, we are going to swing way off path. And then eventually we're going to snap back. But when we can minimize the polarity and we can navigate what our emotions are telling us so that we can stay in a state of well-being, so that we can stay aligned, so that our truth can come through us, so that we can stay on our path, we are by far more productive. And there are a lot of things besides just emotions that affect us. Like, we can be influenced by things such as hormones, shortening of the days, how much sunlight there is, maybe even the weather. Some people are sensitive to moon cycles. God knows I am. Some moons, they don't bother me, and then other moons, either I don't sleep for days in a row, or I feel like somebody gave me African sleeping disease and I just want to pass out and not get out of bed for like 7 days. I feel like I'm wearing a lead blanket and I've taken a bottle of Benadryl. That happens to me. I used to beat myself up. before I understood what was happening, I would say, what is wrong with you? Why is your body being so lazy? Like, get up and move. And I would feel like a sloth moves. Like, I think sloths are cute, by the way. There's a sloth sanctuary nearby, and as soon as things are a little more open, I'm going, because I really love these funny little creatures. But I would feel like a sloth looks when they're moving. And once I learned how the moon influences us, I'm like, that's what's happening. Like, it would just blew my mind. And it's not every moon, but there are things that we can do to prevent these wild swings so that we can learn to follow what our body is telling us, mentally, emotionally, and physically, so that we can stay on this narrow path of well-being and alignment and create what it is that we truly want with focus, presence, and joy. Thanks for tuning in today. I would love it if you would head over to iTunes and leave a positive review about how this episode has helped you to improve your life. When you leave a positive review, it helps us to reach even more people, helping them to change their lives, and that positive energy and vibration of sharing comes back to you as we spread the message of how you can use the power of intention, creating stronger subconscious beliefs and raising our vibration to create the life that we desire, the one that we're here to truly live so that we can fulfill our purpose in life. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.